And welcome back to the Ankeny High School gym. Tuesday night high school girls and boys basketball. The final in game one, the Dowling girls defeat Ankeny 50-27, and both teams are awaiting their opponent for the postseason and their bracket. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo now, Mark Amadeo, as we get set for the boys contest, Coach. And, hey, thanks for making the trip up north. You're the second South Sider up here. I saw a guy named Eddie Marr up here earlier. We had him on at halftime, and he thought you might be behind if you get through all the tolls and the pass gates.
Well, it's a beautiful thing tonight that it's in Ankeny because I got to continue to go north after this game.
I understand.
To beat the weather. But I tuned in at halftime, heard Coach Eddie Marr on. I thought, God, did I get clipped tonight? Did I get replaced?
Well, Eddie's a football, baseball guy.
Eddie has that. Coach Morrow has that voice that just it engages you, and so
it does.
He was a coach here for so many years in baseball and football, and it dates me a little bit. It dates him a little bit, but
he appreciates
very
that.
Successful.
Absolutely.
Individual.
But,
great thing what they're doing with the Catholic Worker House as well.
Absolutely, and it was good to have him and Ray Blaze on talking about that. We've featured them a few times during the football season, and I think this is the first basketball game we've had them on, and we'll talk more about that as the night proceeds. But, hey, this is get right time for the Dowling boys as tonight it's Dowling and Ankeny, and the Maroons got a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouth the first time these two teams faced off at Dowling with Ankeny a winner, and now the rematch is tonight, Jimmy. And I know that Dowling's kind of looking forward to this revenge factor, if you will.
I think this is a game that they circled the day after or even the night of the game at Dowling, 2 weeks ago. Just a game that the Maroons just did not perform, did not do the things that they were looking to do, and a lot of it, they put on themselves, and it's a tough feeling because you thought you were the better team in going into that night, but it goes to show you that talking's cheap. You got to go out and perform, and I think this is a game that they've been looking forward to get back to play and get back against these guys for the better part of 2 weeks.
No question, and you look at tonight, lineup change for Ankeny as Lamarius Clark, who got the start against Dowling 10 days ago, he'll come off the bench tonight, and Dylan Gloviak, he's an outstanding soccer player, going to play Division I soccer. He gives Coach Carlson and Ankeny that spark off the bench. Well, now he's in the starting lineup, so he's being rewarded for his play.
Well, I think whatever they do, they got to go back and look at their game plan against Dowling 2 weeks ago, because going into that game, we thought Charlie Crane, standing 6'10", was going to have a dominating game with Ankeny's front line only 6'3" at their tallest spot. So we thought Charlie Crane would have a dominating game. It just didn't, and part of it was Ankeny's defense against him. They powered him out of the lane. They kept him as far away from the basket as they could and really limited. You look back at that game, and Charlie Crane, standing 6'10", took 5 shots that whole night and had 6 points. And so this is a game I know Charlie looks himself and says that he's going to get back out there on that court, and I think he's going to get out there and try to dominate the way we thought he would that night and especially tonight.
Yeah, good point, and we'll see how that goes. I think in that contest, the Maroons, they just couldn't get going offensively, and certainly Ankeny defensively was all over Dowling, and I can't wait to see how this opens up. And the first, as they say in every game, the first few minutes are going to be the kind of set the tempo here, Jimmy, as we're going to see.
Well, you got to go back to what you do well, and that is set the tempo, hard transition on made baskets and miss, play great defense, especially on Rio Aguirre tonight as he scored a double-double against the Maroons 2 weeks ago. So find him. Thought the Maroons changed up their defensive tactics on Rio 2 weeks ago with 3 different guys guarding him, but those are some things that they got to do and get to the foul line. The Maroons went 3 of 8 2 weeks ago, which, and Ankeny combats that with 12 of 13. So get to the free throw line, attack the basket, be the aggressor tonight, which we did not see on the Maroons.
All right, we'll be back with starting lineups in 1 minute. Dowling and Ankeny, the boys contest coming up. Girls game won by the Maroons 50-27. Along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale will return to the Ankeny gym with the starting lineups in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
And welcome back to the Ankeny High School gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Adios to Tom Donahue and Mike Burkert.
They're racing home. That's two guys who don't miss an early bird special and make sure they're home before any snowflakes hit.
Well, that's true. Hope they got gas in their snow blowers because we're all going to need it. All right, introductions being done right here at the Ankeny gym. Dowling and Ankeny for the boys contest. And our man Andy here, the superfan, gave me some nuts and bolts out of the gym, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. You want to call maintenance because something fell out.
Everything is a conspiracy.
All right. Starting lineups for Dowling, they'll go back to their usual starting lineups. Nathan Jenkins, Lucas Paoli, Noah Martins, and Maddox Capola. 4 guards for Dowling, and their center, Charlie Crane, 6'10" junior, Dowling with a record of 11-6, averaging just under 60 points on offense, giving up just under 54 points on defense. The head coach for Dowling is Justin Einertson, 23 wins, 18 losses in his second year, assisted by Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, Kevin O'Hare, John Nagel, and Sam Young all help out with the Dowling boys program. Now for the Ankeny Hawks, head coach is Brant Carlson in his 9th year, 120 wins, 86 losses, assisted by Jamie Montgomery, Lincoln Conry, and Luke Parkinson. Ankeny Hawks with a record of 10-8. Boy, have they ever responded. They started out the year 2-4 going into Christmas break. They are 8-4 since, and they have one starter returning from a year ago, and that's Rio Aguirre. And Rio is a 6'2" junior, leads the team in points scored, 20.2, rebounds, 6.2, averages 5.3 assists, leads the team in 12 blocks, leads the team in 37 made threes. So Rio Aguirre, and the other guards are Jasani Campbell, Drew Sorensen, Dylan Gloviak gets the start tonight, and Luke Anderson. So basically a 4-guard offense with Rio Aguirre, who can play all 5 positions if you want him. And the Hawks with a record of 10-8, averaging just under 60 points on offense, giving up 56 points on defense. And they are 8-4 since January 1st. Dowling is 7-4 since January 1st. So, all right, Coach, we've given you the tail of the tape. Any other nuggets you want to?
We're going to continue to beat this drum as this is a night that Charlie Crane, that the Maroons, the 4 guys around Charlie have to help to get him open. He can't do it all himself by just posting up. The movement around and getting your defender away from the post helps open the post. So the other 4 guys got to move around Charlie and see if he can get him open somewhere around the paint.
All right, Dowling wins the tip. The Maroons in their road maroon uniforms, white numbers with black trim. Our officials are Chris Thomas, Travis Graven, and Grant Mandernack. Now Dowling underneath, and the guy you talked about didn't get enough touches last time. Charlie Crane shoots and scores for the Maroons.
Maroons run a weave and set a pick with Charlie Crane attacking the right side of the basket, gets all the way to the hoop, and again, towers over his defender for an easy layup.
2-0 Dowling. Ankeny the other way, coming towards us, towards the north basket. A corner 3, it's no good by Jasani Campbell. Dowling the other way, a pull-up jumper, good! And that is Paoli with the basket, Lucas Paoli, as we have to dodge some people standing in front of us. 5-0 Dowling to start.
Good transition 3 by Lucas Paoli.
Now in the lane, a shot blocked by Charlie Crane. That was Drew Sorensen that was in the lane, had his shot blocked. Rebound out to Dowling, the Maroons in the front court. Here's Crane on the right block, turns, spins in the lane, fall-away jumper, rolls off the rim, no good, and the rebound to Sorensen. Hawks in the front court, Ankeny in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers, gold trim. They go south to north, right in front of us as we're located underneath the north basket. Now corner three up and good by Luke Anderson. QB1 with a corner three for Ankeny.
You know, three guys that the Maroons got to find around the perimeter, three-point shooters. Luke Anderson being one of them. Tishani Campbell and Rio Gary, guys who are shooting close to 80 to 100 three-pointers on the year.
Three-pointer for Anderson. That is his 32nd of the year. Dowling the other way, and here's Jenkins, and a shot with the left hand good. Nathan Jenkins. He's hot. They're 3 for 3, or 3 out of the first 4 possessions they have scored. 7-3 Dowling. Top of the key for 3, no good by Aguirre. Rebound Dowling and Martins. Oh, it dribbles in the front court, leaves it for Jenkins. Jenkins now isolates underneath, and he's bodied up by Jasani Campbell. They kick it back out to Paoli, who's guarded by Anderson. Lucas on the left block, spins, turns, fall-away jumper up, good! Gets the Jimmy Cataldo rolled from the baseline.
You've seen that move out of Lucas Paoli quite often, is where he goes hard, lets his defenders' momentum take him, and then step backs for a turnaround jump shot around 3 to 5 feet. Lucas has hit that quite often in the last few games.
Paoli with 5 points. Now pull-up jumper, Aguirre good as he dribbles down and scores. Rio Aguirre with his first basket, 9-5 Dowling.
Ankeny taking a little bit of page out of Waukee Northwest and face guarding.
Now a long three, no good by the Maroons. Crane with the rebound, gets to Jenkins. Maroons keep the possession, get a brand new shot clock. Crane, right elbow, pull-up jumper, good. It's a three-pointer for Crane.
One of those hard ones you can't see from across the court if the guys are behind the three-point arc or not. But Charlie hits a three from, it looks about 3 feet out.
Here's Aguirre with the ball down the lane, and a nice head fake gets Dowling defenders in the lane up in the air, and a foul on Charlie Crane. That'll be his first.
Well, it's a little bit of the scouting report on Charlie Crane. As everybody knows, he's a shot blocker, and shot blockers like to leave their feet. And so as Charlie continues to morph into a big throughout his career, trying to stay out of foul trouble, trying to block everything. Keep your feet on the ground, be a big presence as he is with his length.
And Rio Aguirre, 84% free throw shooter. Jimmy, he's been to the line 128 times this year. I'm making 129, now 130. And he misses the second free throw. And rebound out to Dowling. Can you imagine that?
Well, it's close to Dowling's team total.
130 times he's been to the line, and he's made 109 of them.
The Maroons have been to the line somewhere around 150. Nice take by Noah Martins.
And now inside, Maroons work underneath, and a shot up and good. Was that Martins? I'm looking through traffic.
Martins gets free on the layup.
Yes, he does.
Misses it, gets his own rebound, and then continues it back in.
14-6 timeout called on the floor by Ankeny. It's Dowling 14, Ankeny 6 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. And tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bows and the Floors, Construction Professionals, Blessman International, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Jimmy?
Well, we talk about the slow start that the Maroons have had the last couple games, just kind of getting their feet under them. And tonight, as we thought they would be, it's a little bit of a team possessed, came out really strong over the first half of this first quarter. Can they keep up that intensity? Is that feeling that they had after losing to this Ankeny team 2 weeks ago has to continue to feel throughout the whole game. Just can't happen just one quarter.
All right, Hawkettes will inbound the ball.
Or the Hawks.
Hawkettes. 14-6, Dowling with the lead. Ankeny with the ball. Geary coming off a ball screen as Cale Roush in the lineup, number 21 for Ankeny out of the timeout, 6'3 junior. Dad, one of the assistant coaches, leaves it for Aguirre. Left wing three, good, right over Maddox Capola.
Nice strong step in and step back three by Rio Aguirre.
And he's got 6 points. 14-9, Dowling's lead now 5. And now Paoli with it at the top of the key, gets it left wing to Capola, fakes a three, guarded by Aguirre. Capola down the lane, lost it off his hip, and turnover over to Ankeny. Roush picks it up, gets it to Aguirre. To Gloviak for three, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Dowling.
That's an interesting call as Maddox had position and the Ankeny defender was over his back.
Capola with the foul.
That was bizarre.
Look at a replay on that one, but he Must have had inside position. Now Crane with the steal, and he knocks it out of bounds off the inbounds pass intended for Cale Roush. And Charlie had to steal, but he tipped it too far, and he tipped it out of bounds. So Ankeny will have the ball, 14-9 Maroons. Downey's led by as many as 7. Aguirre with it, leaves it in the corner for Roush, nearly lost it. Leaves it for Luke Anderson, now back in the corner for 3. It's no good by Roush. Rebound Dowling and Paoli. Lucas with it. Over to Coppola for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Ball slapped around and was out of bounds off Paoli. Lucas tried to save it and tipped it out of bounds.
A little long for Maddox, corner 3. Maroons are attacking the basket offensively, trying to get some offensive rebounds. As their offensive rebound, is one of the better ones in the state.
3 minutes to play first quarter, 14-9. Dowling with the lead in this boys contest. And now Crane blocks a shot of Aguirre, but saving it from going out of bounds. The attempt by Nathan Jenkins, and he stepped on the baseline. Now the Maroons with substitution. Quincy Moore into the Dowling lineup, number 0, 6'5", 200-pound senior. Also in there, Gio Keelis, number 15, a 6'3" junior. Aguirre inbounds the ball. In the corner it goes to Roush. Gets it back in the corner to Campbell for 3. It's no good, and Quincy Moore the rebound, and Dowling with the ball. Outlet pass goes to Coppola. Maddox dribbles up the left side. Dowling going north to south here at the Ankeny gym. Maroons by 5. We've been stuck on that score for about a minute and a half. Ankeny stays man-to-man. He's trying to find out what they want to run. Now they got Martins with it. He's guarded by Gloviak. On the baseline is Moore. Quincy wants to turn, can't. 5 on the shot clock. Crane for 3. It's up and good. Another Jimmy Cataldo roll. Wow.
They go in the scorebook the same way. If it hits the rim 5 or 6 times, it goes in, or switches in, it goes in the same way. And that's 2 now for Crane.
8 points for Crane and a pair of 3s. And now Ankeny with the basketball. Campbell with it. Dribbles baseline. Is cut off. Now gets it out top to Anderson, guarded by Moore. So QB1 is Luke Anderson, guarded by Dowling wide receiver. Interesting. All right, here's Gloviak for 3. Good. That's why he got the start. Dylan Gloviak with his 9th 3 of the year. He's got the hot hand lately.
Looking at the stats from last game, Ankeny went 5 of 15 from the three-point arc, and they have shot 8 in this first quarter.
17-12, Dowling by 5. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. Dowling girls a winner in game 1, 50-27. To close out the regular season with a record of 18-3. And now Moore for 3, and it's no good. Left it short, out of bounds to Ankeny with minute 21 to play in the first quarter. And now Noah Martins and Maddox Coppola will check out. Checking in for Dowling will be Nathan Jenkins and Lucas Paoli. Hawks dribble across the timeline, and Aguirre will handle the responsibilities. Ankeny with a predominantly 5-guard offense. Aguirre will run the point as much as possible. Here's Anderson with it. Leaves it for Roush. Goes in the lane, can't get off the shot. Now kicks it off in the corner. 3-pointer no good by Gloviak. And a rebound out to Dowling. Here's Paoli in the front court. Lucas down the lane with the right hand. Layup good. Boy, he snuck around. He had Roush right on his hip.
Right around his hip, but Lucas going strong, quick, right around the circle, and lays it in with his right hand. Nice job by Lucas Paoli. 7 points for Paoli. 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 19-12, Dowling by 7. Now pull-up jumper, left elbow good by Luke Anderson. He has 5 points. 19-14, Dowling. Shot clock turned off. Final 20 seconds of the first quarter here at the Ankeny gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Brady Grimm, our studio producer. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Paoli with it between the circles, guarded by Gloviak. Paoli spins in the lane, turnaround shot up, and rolls off the rim. Moore with the putback, no good. And we've come to the end of the first quarter of play here at the Ankeny gym, with Dowling leading by the score of 19-14 over Ankeny. We'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. On this Faith Check, we're talking about tradition. For many Christians, tradition can be a sort of dirty word. This is probably because of Jesus' harsh words for the traditions of the Pharisees, who added unnecessary rituals and ignored the weightier matters of God's law. But some traditions can be good and helpful in our spiritual journey. Things like putting up a nativity scene, praying the rosary, or fasting. These are traditions with a small t. They aren't doctrines, but they're customs we do as Catholics to help us draw closer to God. Catholics also speak of sacred tradition with a capital T. This is the very message of Christ that has been faithfully handed down to us from the apostles. For example, in 2 Thessalonians 2:15, St. Paul says to stand firm and hold to the traditions you were taught by us, either by word of mouth or by letter. Here, Scripture itself is teaching that the Word of God can come to us both through written Scripture and oral tradition. Either way, we are to receive it equally as God's Word. For a synopsis of sacred tradition today, pick up your copy of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KWKY Des Moines, KIHS Adel, KCSL Spencer.
And welcome back to the Ankeny Gym. Game 2 of our girl-boy doubleheader, and the Dowling boys leading Ankeny 19-14 as we begin the second quarter. Ankeny with the ball first. Mark Amadell alongside Jimmy Cataldo. And Dowling now has Alfred Coley in there. And here's a shot in the baseline on Ankeny's first possession. No good by Drew Sorensen. And the rebound out to Dowling. We'll get our first quarter statistics and scoring here when we get a minute. And in case you don't know, if you're a Dowling parent or student, no school tomorrow. They've already canceled school due to the incoming storm. My partner here, Jimmy Cataldo, trying to head north and try to meet the storm. And we're at the mercy of the game here, Jimmy, just so you know that.
You know, I remember the days in no school. It was probably
Not
the
many.
best announcement of the year.
And how did you get your information? TV, radio? What was it back in the day, huh?
You know, back then, we had 3 channels. And you had to get up and turn the channel by hand.
No remote.
No remote.
Whistle and a foul is Dowling's offensive possession. They're going to get Drew Sorensen for his first team foul here in the second quarter. And Jenkins at the free throw line for Dowling. And Jimmy, you got to look at some numbers.
Maroons are absolutely dominating the board. 10 rebounds to Ankeny's 2. Maroons shot 8 of 15 in the first quarter, and let's see here. Ankeny shot 5 of 13, shot 9 3-pointers. Ankeny did, made 3 of them, so they're right at their average of 33%.
All right, both free throws good by Nathan Jenkins. He has 4 points tonight, 2 for 2 at the line. Hawks with the basketball. Here's Anderson with it, and they're swinging around the perimeter. Checking in is Lamarius Clark. Didn't play the first quarter, and he started the last time the two teams played. Lamarius coming off the bench in there now. Now they get it to Campbell. 8 on the shot clock. In the lane, a shot up and no good by the Hawks and Jasani Campbell. And he'll go to the free throw line with the foul on Dowling. We'll see who it was on. And I think it was Coley. Alfred with his first foul. It is. Played in the sophomore game for Coach Stevie Sarcone. And first free throw good by Campbell.
Jasani Campbell, just a sophomore, really had a great game against the Maroons a couple weeks ago. Shooting.
Second free throw good.
6 of 8. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 14 points. Sophomore.
Dowling sophomores now 12-6 with the win tonight by Stevie Sarcone with about 3 games remaining. And now here's a shot block. Dowling shot block. The other way we go with the Geary. His shot is no good. Rebound comes out to Dowling and Coley. Alfred with the rebound. Maroons running the other way. Spinning in the lane is Paoli. His shot no good. And now Coley with the putback. And he misses it. And the rebound out to Ankeny. Maroons had an opportunity there, Jimmy. And now in the lane. A shot blocked that time as Campbell had his shot blocked. Boy, defense picking up the pace here. In the lane, we got a blocking foul called on Ankeny as Jenkins took one extra step and got away with a charge call.
Well, Jenkins does a nice job, as I believe it was Luke Anderson had set his feet to take the charge, and Jenkins takes one side step to avoid as much contact as he can.
And the second foul on Drew Sorensen. And he'll have to leave the contest. And he'll be replaced by Evan Erlmeyer, number 13. First free throw no good by Jenkins. 71% free throw shooter. He is now 2 out of 3 tonight. Make it 2 out of 4. He missed the second one. The rebound to to Ankeny, and dribbling across the timeline is Aguirre. Now Coppola has that matchup. And swing the pass around, or as the Maroons stay man-to-man. Here's the weave being run by Ankeny. Pull-up jumper left elbow by Erlmeyer is good. Coming off the bench, Evan Erlmeyer with his first 2 points. 21-18, the Dowling lead goes from 7-3 with 5:35 to go here in the second quarter. Now corner three by the Maroons, in and out, no good. Coley with the offensive rebound, but he lost it out of bounds, as that corner three by Paoli wouldn't fall.
Last 4 Maroon shots that look like they've gone in and out of the basket about halfway through. Just have not been able to get it go down.
Spin them out. All right, here is Aguirre with it, trying to find some room. Leaves it for Roush. He can't get the shot off, and now the Hawks will kick it back out to Erlmeyer. Dribbling in the lane, and that's Rouse. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Crane and Dowling. Coppola with the outlet pass. He dribbles down the right side. 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 21-18, the score remains. Dowling by 3. Martin's back in. Noah backs his way in the lane. Kicks it back out to Coppola. Guarded by Aguirre. Now ball screen by Coley. And Coppola comes off of that. 15 on the shot clock. So the Maroons will reset, looking for their matchup here, Jimmy. Here's a ball screen by Crane to Coppola. And we got a pushing foul called on Ankeny and Campbell, and that'll be his first.
Maroons just look a little bit discombobulated on that offensive set. Trying to get guys in the right position, set ball screens throughout. Nothing really opened up to the basket, but trying to.
They inbound the ball to Crane. Now back to Coley. Nearly lost it. Back to Coley. A head fake and a layup. Good. Nice pass that time from Charlie Crane. The two bigs working together.
It was a little bit of a give and go as Coley loses possession of the ball, grabs it, passes it, and then continues to go downhill to attack the basket. Crane finds it for the layup.
23-18, Dowling by 5. Ankeny with the ball in the front court. Here's Erlmeyer with it. Gets it to Roush in the baseline. He'll dribble into the lane. Leaves it for Aguirre, guarded by Coppola. Now Crane switches over on him, and then they'll switch back. They get it over to Roush for 3. It's in and out, no good. Coley with the rebound as he boxed out Gloviak there, and rebound Dowling, and Maroons the other way with Paoli.
Maroons have gone to an offense with 2 bigs throughout, the last quarter and a half.
Now here's Coppola underneath the basket. Leaves it for Crane. Layup good. That's one way to look at it. From behind the basket, Coppola with the assist.
It becomes such a difficult mismatch for Ankeny when you have Coley and Charlie Crane in at the same time. Both are very long, very tall kids. Makes it very difficult for Ankeny down the middle.
Crane has 10 points. First from double figures for Dowling. Now the other way we go. Campbell for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Rebound Coppola and Dowling. 25-18. Dowling by 7. Maroons have matched their largest lead of the night. Here's Coppola with it. Swings it over to Jenkins. As we approach the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. At halftime, we'll be joined by the Dowling girls coaching staff. And now Paoli isolated. He goes down the lane. Layup is good. Lucas Paoli with his 9th point.
Lucas has shown so much quickness over the last several games, being able to dribble and attack the basket. Shown a lot of athleticism, Lucas Paoli.
We'll keep it here with 3:02 to go. A timeout on the floor called by Brant Carlson and the Ankeny Hawks. It's 27-18, Dowling with the lead here in the second quarter. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Dowling record of 11-6, and Ankeny's record 10-8. Both teams met here about 10 days ago, and it was Ankeny beating Dowling 63-48 at the Dowling gym. Ankeny leads this series 16-14, and the Hawks have won 7 of their last 8 of these matchups and 3 in a row. But Maroons leading by 9 here, their largest of the night here, Jimmy Cataldo.
Just look at one stat that's just jumping off my page is Maroons are sitting at, unofficially, but 17 total rebounds through, a quarter and a half to Ankeny's 5. So Maroons are completely dominating the board and are being paid off by it. But Coach Einertson talked about it the last game that his team has been playing to exhaustion a lot more, and during that timeout you see some of the Maroons coming out and the exhaustion on their faces. Can they keep it up for 4 quarters? That just shows you the power of the bench tonight, as the Maroons may have to go a little bit more rotation.
Now the Maroons have taken Paoli out, and they put Gio Keelis in with the two bigs. So this will be an interesting combination here. Keelis presents that outside scoring, and he can dribble penetrate off the bench. 27-18, Dowling with the lead. Ankeny out of the timeout with the basketball. They run 4 out and 1 in. They're trying to post up Aguirre in this 5-guard lineup for the Ankeny Hawks. Here is Roush with it. He can't get the shot off in the lane. Now backdoor cut, gets it to Gloviak. 10 on the shot clock. The Hawks will have to reset. Here's Aguirre in the lane, and a jump ball should be. Oh, they're going to get a foul in the lane, either on Martins or Jenkins, and they're going to call the foul on Nathan Jenkins. Charlie Crane thought he had a jump ball. And I don't think Jenkins.
I thought that was on the floor. They are going to call it on the floor. So
yeah, it's a second team foul on Dowling.
Rio Aguirre was going to the free throw line thinking that, hey, it's on the shot. It's my free throws, and probably where his 128 free throws come from.
You just stand at the free throw line. It's an automatic free throw, right? Good job. I think Coach Einerson had a lot to do with that. That wasn't a shooting foul. Here's Aguirre with it, guarded by Jenkins in the lane. Gets underneath the Roush. He has to kick it back out to Aguirre for 3. It's no good. And it hit the basket support, and it's a dead ball. It'll be Dowling basketball. Good defense by the Maroons.
Great defense, but that, the last we talked about the Maroons. They had several possessions where their shots go in and out. Now Ankeny, about 4 or 5 of their last shots have gone in and out. So goes around, comes around, see if the Maroons can continue to capitalize with Gio Keelis.
Keelis coming off a screen. He shoots the 3. It's good. Gio with his 28th made 3 of the year has 3 points tonight. 30-18, Dowling by 12.
Talked about that inside-outside threat, and Ankeny's playing defense in the bigs.
And now here is a shot block. Campbell down the lane, blocked by Crane. Into the hands of Martins, and Dowling with the ball off the turnover. Noah dribbles the right block, tries to get it inside to Coley, and it's stolen away by Campbell. The Hawks the other way. Here's Anderson on the baseline. They swing it around. Long 3 by Roush, up and no good. Rebound Jenkins and Dowling. So Nathan with the rebound, and he'll dribble in the front court with 1:25 to go in the half. 30-18, Dowling by 12. Jenkins fakes a 3. Now they get it to Crane. His shot too strong, and the rebound Ankeny. Coley was battling for the rebound, but it was taken away from him by Roush. Now the Hawks get it underneath. Layup good by Gloviak, who ran the floor in a timeout. Dowling, 30-second timeout called by Coach Einerson, and Gloviak with his 5th point. And it cuts the Dowling lead to 10, 30-20 with 66 seconds to go in the first half here, Jimmy Gonzalez.
One thing that you see out of this Maroon team that you did not see 2 weeks ago is that mindset mentality, that look on their face tonight is so different than what it was 2 weeks ago, as they seemed a little bit more passive. Tonight they got that killer look on their face, that attack look on their face, as each and every one of these guys who are on the court are either attacking the basket, finding good shots, or setting picks. So that's the type of mentality. It'd be interesting to talk to Coach Einerson after the game and talk about just the mentality of what he sees in his kids if this keeps up throughout this game.
Yeah, good point. Ankeny shot 49% in the first meeting between the two clubs, and they out-rebounded Dowling 27-22. The Maroons had 11 turnovers to Ankeny 6, but the Hawks are not shooting 49% here in this first half.
The game seems like it was just yesterday, and
it almost
a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So it's so fresh in everybody's mind.
Yeah, about 11 days ago the two teams met. Now the timeout, Dowling with the ball. 20 on the shot clock, 50 seconds remaining in the half. And here's Keelis, a fall-away basket on the baseline, good. Gio Keelis with 5 points off the bench, and Dowling back to a 12-point lead, their largest of the night.
Very similar shot to Paoli. Is that fadeaway mid-range jump shot? They must be working on that a little bit more in practice. Must need to talk to the shooting coach.
Well, a lot of it has to do with matchups, and whether it's Gio or depends on who's in there. They look at matchups and they're going to attack somebody, and they have that already directed. Now Campbell underneath, he has a shot off the glass, too strong. Rebound into the hands of Anderson. He'll launch a 3. It's no good. Rebound Crane and Dowling. 10 seconds remaining. Outlet pass goes to Keelis. Gio with it. 5 seconds remaining. Keelis for 3, banks it off the glass, no good. Crane with the rebound, put back up and good at the horn. Charlie Crane offensive basket. offensive rebound in basket. He has 12 points at halftime, and Dowling out to a 14-point lead over Ankeny. 34-20 here at halftime, Jimmy Cataldo.
Offensive rebound at the very end gets the extra basket by Charlie Crane. Maroons completely, as I mentioned, are dominating the board. That's rebound number 22 for the Maroons to Ankeny's 7.
Dowling outscoring Ankeny 15-6 in the second quarter. The Maroons lead it 34-20 here at halftime. When we come back, we'll have members of the Dowling girls basketball coaching staff and player. We'll interview them. We'll take a 2-minute break and return. Our score: Dowling boys leading at halftime 34-20 over Ankeny. Earlier tonight, the Dowling girls a winner to close out the regular season. Dowling girls 50-27 win over the Ankeny Hawkettes as they close out the regular season with a record of 18-3. Back in 2 minutes along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
The best candidate for marriage is the very person who would be a good candidate for monasticism. And the best candidate for monasticism would be the very person who would be a good candidate for marriage. I'm Father Thomas J. Loy with a Theology of the Body moment for the Tabor Life Institute. Celibacy and marriage are not opposed to each other. They're actually two sides of the same coin. Marriage and celibacy are both choices to love, to make a gift of self, to live spousally. Happy marriages are those which have the element of the monastic in them: prayer, discipline, dying to self, and a sense of belonging ultimately to God. A celibate is happiest when he or she lives their celibacy spousally, making a gift of self to God and to others. The married couple reminds the celibate of the spousal dimension of his or her celibacy. The celibate reminds the married couple of the sacramental nature of their marriage. To find out more about the theology of the body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
Life's buzzing with energy, and every moment is powered by our health. At Mercy One, their caring doctors focus on just that, so you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercy1.org/healthpowerslife. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
And welcome back to the Ankeny Gym. Final night of Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader between Dowling and Ankeny. Dowling boys leading at halftime 34-20. Dowling girls a winner tonight. I have two members of the Dowling basketball squad with me, and Dowling beating Ankeny 50-27, joined by head coach Kristen Meyer and Katie Muller, one of the notorious Muller sisters that you endure in practice every day. And Coach Meyer, what an asset they are. And they have to be a pleasure to coach.
We'll keep them.
Yeah. Well, they're indirectly related to the Nahas family, so we won't hold that against them with their Uncle Jimmy. But nonetheless, congratulations on the win. Close out the regular season. Kind of a slow start. And you could tell the two teams just played each other 10 days ago. And it's like, yeah, I know what you can do. You know what I can do. And it all kind of played out tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of a grinded out there the first couple quarters. And I thought Ankeny played pretty well defensively. We had a few turnovers. But I also thought after the first couple minutes, we played really well defensively. So it was low scoring for a while, and then we finally got it going in the fourth.
Yeah, you held the Hawkettes to 27 points, and you didn't have to do it without Ellie. Ellie wasn't going off for 20 or 30 points. She was held to 3 points tonight because everybody else contributed, led by Ava Zedeker's 20 points and Layla Tritton with 11. The lady to your right, Katie Muller with 9. And a quiet 9, 3 3-pointers. Katie, you found the rhythm early. You hit 2 threes in the first quarter.
Yep.
So you're just getting in the flow. I mean, you just played Ankeny here, 9-10 days ago. So just getting back in the action. What a night it was Friday night. That's probably the best game that you played this year. And there'll be more coming, but it's kind of hard to do what you did Friday night on back-to-back nights. But credit Ankeny for playing pretty good defense, holding you to 50 points tonight. So.
Yeah, they did play pretty good defense. And we knew since we had just played them almost a week ago that they were going to give us pressure D, and so we had to adjust to that. And
Well, it seemed like you did. You played pretty good defense. Obviously, the game kind of dictated that. It's hard, playing a team twice in 10 days, but you may see them again. It could be, if the seedings are right, number 2 versus 15, that means you're in the same region. So who knows what will happen there. And
Yeah, we'll play anyone.
I know, I've heard that from you, and you have. You went to Minnesota, you went to Nebraska. You haven't forgot about the folks here in Iowa, and you've even had a Minnesota team come down and play over at Johnson in their holiday tournament. So you have played everyone, and are the kids ready? You played 21 games. That's your allotment, and here we go. A week from this Saturday, you will host someone at your place. You won't know them. Hopefully tomorrow morning you'll find out early.
Yeah, we're excited. Regional pairings come out, a little bit later now that everyone has access to film online, which I'm okay with. So they can do what the state thinks is the best matchup. So if we end up playing Ankeny, 2 weeks from tonight, that's fine. If we get someone else, that's fine. We'll play anyone they got for us.
Well, for Ankeny, you really held Savannah Gage in check. I don't know who was responsible. Maybe the lady to my right here is, but she was held to 2 points, and she averaged 11.5 on the season. So that was one thing defensively.
Layla Tritton did a really nice job on her.
Well, and company, but Jayla Williams and Ainsley Keene got their points. They're usually scoring double figures, but everybody else got shut down. That's a credit to the team, and it's a team effort, even though individually you were doing it that way. But your thoughts on that, especially playing Ankeny for the second time?
Yeah, to be honest, holding them to 27. I think they only had 2 points in the fourth quarter. It's pretty impressive. They've got some scores. They're kind of explosive. They've got 3-point shooters. If you let them get out and run, they can score in transition. So I thought we just did a really nice job of, they had the one breakaway layup before half, but otherwise didn't score in transition much at all. And in the half court, we made it really tough for them to get open shots.
Okay, what's going to happen here in the next 11 days that you're off? Obviously, the Mullers will be out shoveling snow tomorrow because school's been canceled officially at Dallas.
I assume they're coming over to shovel the Meyer driveway.
Well, then they'll go to the Danner driveway, and I'm sure they'll make their way to the Faber driveway, and and so forth. But that's going to be now you're back to the beginning of the year where you practice for 2 weeks before you can play around Thanksgiving, and for practice plans now you got to come up with about 10 days worth of practice plans.
Yeah, well, we're taking tomorrow off. That was planned even before the snow day, so that works out well. We've got a couple extra days off, keep the legs fresh, and then we've already got 3 days that we've got some 9th and 10th grade boys basketball team members coming in to go against us, so I think that'll be good for us. Did a bunch of shooting, and we'll probably keep practices hour and 15 minutes, keep them short, but either light or pretty intense within the the practice plan. But there's not a lot we need to put in. I talked with Coach Danner, Coach Audrey as they were leaving and said, okay, tomorrow make a list. What do we need to put in and what do we just need to get better at? I think the list will be relatively short. There's always things you can get better at, but we don't need to put in a ton of new. We just have to stay sharp.
How about this lady here? She's really, a year ago you were a freshman playing Katie Muller, and now as a sophomore you can just see your game has grown. And you've grown taller, so you're that combo player. You can play guard, and when your sister's out of the game, you can go down and play the post.
Yep, just whatever the team needs from me.
I can imagine. What's the thing that you've worked on this year through the summer and then through the winter, Katie, to better your game from a year ago?
Something I've worked on is just being aggressive off the dribble and getting downhill and finishing strong through contact. That's what I've been focusing on lately. Well,
it certainly shows. And defensively tonight, holding Ankeny team to 27 points. That's one of the top 15 teams in the state, and that's pretty good. But now it's going to get tighter and tighter as you move on into the postseason. Are you looking forward to the postseason? Because last year you finished in the championship game as a freshman.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, keep up the good work and stay healthy during this time. Don't let those sophomore boys push you around, all right, in practice. So, all right, we got to go shout-out time because we're about ready to start the third quarter. Katie, anybody you want to shout out to? Your grandmother out there in Dallas County, Marrette, is she listening or possibly?
Yeah, she's listening, and my parents and my grandpa down in Kansas City.
Oh, my goodness, spread all over. That's further away than Old Wine, Iowa. Kansas City. All right, what about you, Coach Meyer? Any shout-outs?
The Owine crowd, I'm sure Coach Babinet, and anyone else who's at home waiting for the snow listening.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you in about 11 days. It's going to seem like, gosh, we're just like Christmas break all over again. You know, you're gone for a while and you come back, but we'll be there on Saturday. Yeah, we'll be there on Saturday, February 22nd,
Perfect.
7 o'clock tip-off against somebody at the Dowling Gym. We know that'll be happening.
Yeah, we'll be ready to go.
Thanks for joining us. Stay safe tomorrow during the storm. Katie, congratulations on a tremendous year, and best of luck in the postseason.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Mark.
Kristen Meyer and Katie Muller joined us here on the halftime. We'll take a break as the Dowling boys leading at halftime 34-20 over Ankeny, along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo, back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
And we're back here at the Ankeny Gym, underway here in the second half. Dowling now has extended its lead to 36-20 over Ankeny, a 16-point lead for the Maroons as a pair of free throws to start the second half by Nathan Jenkins. Nathan now with 6 points tonight. And now the Hawks with the basketball, and they work underneath, and a shot up and good by Ankeny, and that being Drew Sorensen with his first basket of the game. That's hard to believe. He comes in averaging about 7.5, and now turnover against Dowling, Jimmy, as we're rocking and rolling here in the second half.
So look at the first half numbers for the Maroons. Shot 51% from the field, which included 4 of 9 from 3. Had, like I mentioned, 22 total rebounds, 3 turnovers. Ankeny's Hawks, 7 of 26 from the field for 26%. 7 total rebounds, but no turnovers.
And we'll run down the scoring here when we get a second. We know Dowling went 2 of 4 at the free throw line in the first half. Ankeny went 3 of 4. Now the Maroons missing a layup. It's no good. Rebound comes out to the Hawks and Drew Sorensen. Sorensen going down the lane, trying to back in. And as Ankeny's kind of giving Dowling a little taste of their own medicine. A corner 3, up and good by Campbell. And it's Deshaunee Campbell with his first field goal of the night. He had 2 points at halftime and a pair of free throws. And it's 36-25. Dowling's lead now 11. Here's Coppola with it in the corner to Jenkins. Nathan for 3, good. He knew it was good when he left his hand.
Good workaround by Maddox Coppola, drawing the defense, leaving a wide open kick out by Nate Jenkins from the corner.
39-25, Dowling by 14. The Maroons' largest lead has been 16. Now here's a Geary for 3, and it's good. He went down, but they did not call a foul. So Rio Aguirre with his second 3 of the night. He went into halftime with just 6 points. He comes in averaging 20.2. That is his second 3 of the night. Now Dowling with the ball, and a putback after a missed shot is up and in by Noah Martins. So the guard crashing the board, and Noah with his 4th point. 41-28 Dowling. 5.5 to go, third quarter. And he's trying to make it a sweep on the road. Dowling girls a winner, 50-27 in game 1. Now the Dowling boys with the lead. Here's a shot from the left wing, no good by Ankeny. Rebound Dowling. And Martins a pass over to Paoli for 3, and it's good. Lucas Paoli with his 12th point of the night and his second 3. And it's 44-28 Dowling. Hawks with the basketball. They work it underneath, and now reverse layup up, and no good. Gloviak missed the layup after a nice pass that time by Sorensen in the lane. Rebound Dowling, and now Crane for 3, and it's good. He for 3 in that secondary break. He's got 15 points.
Well, they're matching Ankeny shot for shot from three-point range here in the second half. Maroons hitting their third one.
All right, the Hawks underneath. Campbell shot up, left it short. Ball slapped around into the hands of Jenkins. And now out to Coppola. And Maddox up and shot no good. The follow through by Jenkins no good. And they'll say it was tipped out of bounds off of Sorensen. As the Hawks now with 3 players checking in off the bench. Cale Roush along with Lamarius Clark.
A lot of energy is being exerted on the court. You look at Nate Jenkins.
And Evan Erlmeyer, you're right. Dowling will inbound the ball. Here's a corner 3. It's no good by Martins, and the rebound comes out to Evan Erlmeyer, who just checked in. 47-28, Dowling by 19 over Ankeny. Now on the baseline is Aguirre, and he drew the foul. I think it's on Coppola. We'll see.
It's hard to tell, when these action happens at the completely end of the court. You're looking at the scoreboard to see who the number they put up there. And
we're on the baseline, and they haven't put a number up yet. So 4 minutes to play. 47-28, Dowling here in the third quarter. Campbell gets it back out. Top of the key to Rouse for 3. It's no good. Charlie Crane with the rebound. And I'm guessing that was with Coppola. They still have not put it up on the board.
Yeah, now they gave it to Coppola on the foul.
So Maddox with his second foul, first team foul on Dowling. Maroons in the front court, leading 47-28. Coppola guarded by Aguirre. Backdoor cut to Paoli. Reverse layup up, no good. Drew the foul. Weak side help by Erlmeyer, and I think he's going to be whistled for the foul, and he will.
It's great court awareness by Lucas Paoli as his guy came off to double team Maddox, which forced him to pick up his dribble. But once Lucas saw that, he cut to the basket, and Maddox found him backdoor. Gets fouled on the layup.
Paoli with 12 points tonight. Misses the first free throw. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Second free throw coming by Lucas Paoli. Up and good. 13 points for Lucas. 48-28, Dowling by 20. This is their largest lead of the night for the Maroons. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Now here's Aguirre down the right side of the lane. His shot no good. Rebound Coppola. Outlet pass goes to Martins. Noah underneath, layup up and good. He went right through Evan Erlmeyer.
Maroons continue to attack on transition. Nothing slowing them down. Trying to get to the rim, either getting there or drawing fouls.
50-28, and now underneath Campbell shoots and scores. So Jasani Campbell with his 5th point of the third quarter. 9th point of the game. 50-30, Dowling by 20, and now Jenkins, or rather Paoli in the lane, is fouled. Ankeny players help him up.
Erlmeyer is going to get called for the foul there.
That's his second foul. Into the Dowling lineup, Alfred Coley replacing Maddox Coppola. Alfred got a lot of playing time in that first half. The ball slapped away as he gets the inbound pass. Aguirre guarding him. Now Martins has it. It's a brand new shot clock. Noah with it at the free throw line. Dribble handoff to Keelis, who checked in. Now to Paoli. Paoli between the circles. Guarded by Erlmeyer. Maroons checking out matchups. Now Paoli in the lane. Leaves it for Moore. And Maroons going with 2 post players. And Quincy couldn't handle the pass. Out of bounds too. Ankeny with 2:20 to go, Dowling up 20.
Quincy looked to be attacking the basket, thinking that Paoli was going to go for a shot. But in actuality, Quincy was wide open coming on the back cut. Paoli finds him, and Quincy just wasn't ready for it. Goes out of bounds.
We've had Quincy Moore and Charlie Crane, the 2 posts in there. Now we got the other 2 posts, Quincy Moore and and Coley. And now a shot blocked by Coley on Ankeny's offensive possession. Rebound out to Dowling. Great help defense that time by Alfred Coley, the 6'5 sophomore, one of 2 sophomores on the Dowling roster. Now here's Martins down the lane, hangs in the air, shot up no good, ball tipped out of bounds off of Dowling, and that was Coley who got a piece of it.
Yeah, it's just an offensive group of 5 that I'm sure the Maroons aren't used to playing with, so a little bit of miscommunication. You sometimes understand where your teammates are cutting, where they're going before they even go. But it's a group of 5 that normally are not on the court at the same time. So a little bit of miscommunication going on.
Here's Ankeny with the ball. Sorensen, who's been held to 1 field goal tonight, gets it to Aguirre. Fall-away jumper in the baseline, no good over Paoli. Rebound Dowling. Outlet pass to Martins. Out to, how about that? Layup good by Coley. Alley-oop.
So Martin's throwing the ball at the rim for Alfred Coley, we've seen him dunk the ball several times, and I think Alfred wasn't ready for it.
52-30, Dowling by 22 over Ankeny. Minute 10 to go, third quarter, closing moments. Here's Sorensen with it. Kicks it out to Lamarius Clark. To Anderson. Anderson in the lane. He'll kick it out to Sorensen. His long 3, no good. Rebound Paoli. It's knocked away by Erlmeyer. It'll be Dowling basketball with 58 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Again, 11 days ago, it was Ankeny 63-48 over Dowling at the Dowling gym. And now the rematch is tonight. And Jimmy, we knew something was going to go down as the Maroons had this circled on their calendar, the rematch.
Well, and it's something that you caught Coach Einertson talking about every now and again on some of his post-game interviews and subsequent games, and you knew that this was something that he was ready to bring his team back out and play, and they definitely came out and were ready to go.
All right, here's Coppola with it, coming off the ball screen by Quincy Moore. Now to Jenkins. He'll launch the 3 up off the rim, no good, and a rebound Ankeny. As the Hawks come away with it with Drew Sorensen. 52-30, 35 seconds remaining. 5-second differential on the shot clock and game clock. And a foul on Moore, and it'll be out of bounds Ankeny. And the shot clock turned off. So Quincy Moore picks up his first foul.
Maroons are sitting with 2 team fouls, so they still have a couple more fouls to give with 33 seconds to go, and the shot clock turned off.
Aguirre will inbound the ball. Gets to Sorensen, barely, as Quincy Moore defended that. Now Sorensen, little scoop shot on the right block, good. Nice move by Sorensen, just his 2nd field goal of the night. And now the Maroons have a ball tied up in the back court. Ankeny pressed the ball. Aguirre was around it, and we've got a timeout called by Dowling. So 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll keep it here. 52-32, Dowling by 20, and the Maroons had to burn a timeout as Ankeny came with full court pressure and double-teamed the ball.
A little bit of an errant pass, throwing it inbounds. I'm not quite sure who was there, but not really. Ooh. Technical foul on the Maroons bench. Not sure what transpired there. That
I don't know. Everybody standing up in front of us, so we had no idea. Just PA announcer said the bench. So free throws will be coming out of this by Ankeny once the timeout is over with. So the Hawks will.
The only thing that I could see is
have possession.
They had multiple coaches standing up during an entire possession.
It all comes with 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. As they call a technical foul on the Dowling bench, and free throw good by Aguirre. He'll get 2. All high school technicals are 2-shot fouls. First one up and good.
Yeah, obviously. Thanks.
Second free throw, no good. So Aguirre now with 10 points. He goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Did you find anything out from your football players?
I love my football players. I say, hey, what happened? They go, Anderson got a technical. I'm like, yeah, no kidding.
Well, they didn't specify who did, so that means coach has to sit down. He cannot stand up the rest of the game. So we'll be able to see the court. All right, here is Ankeny with the ball. Sorensen in the lane, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Coley. Alfred with the shot at half court, no good, and we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 52, the Ankeny Hawks 33. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. We'll return with the fourth quarter here at the Dowling gym, or at the Ankeny gym, in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Welcome to this Faith Check. As Catholics, we believe that the Holy Bible is God's inspired word. However, we don't hold that our Lord intended the Bible alone to be our sole teacher in the Christian faith. Just think how easily the meaning of an email can be misinterpreted and sometimes cause great strife between people. Then take the Bible, which is infinitely longer, more complex, and written millennia ago in a world different from our own, and we begin to see why Jesus would not have entrusted his teaching to a book. The church looks to what it calls sacred tradition, rooted in things like church councils, creeds, the early fathers of the church, to safeguard our interpretation of God's word. All of the Catholic Church's beliefs can be traced back to the earliest Christians. Christ entrusted his teaching to the 12 apostles, whom he gave authority to teach all nations in the assistance of the Holy Spirit. The apostles then ordained bishops who have succeeded them down to this present day. The Catholic Church is a living voice that rings out for all to hear, proclaiming and interpreting God's word to every generation. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
All right, we're back here at the Ankeny gym. Ankeny and Dowling. First possession of the fourth quarter. Ankeny has it. A long three, no good. Rebound Dowling, and now Maroons get the ball in the front court. And working on their secondary break, and now they'll just set their offense. Dowling 52, Ankeny 33. As the fourth quarter is underway, it'll be Jenkins, Crane, and now a steal by Ankeny. A layup up and good, and the basket will count. A foul on Dowling. Gloviak with the steal and basket. He has 7 points. And the foul on the Maroons, this will be on Coppola, I believe, as Maddox was trying to get back. And that'll be his third foul. Jimmy, got to look at some numbers through three quarters.
Maroons are shooting, for them, it's lights out. I mean, over 50%, 20 of 39 from the field, 7 of 15 from three. They had 32 total rebounds, so this is so unofficial because this is such a disparity. 32 total rebounds for the Maroons to 10, as I have for Ankeny. 6 turnovers to Ankeny. I don't have Ankeny having but 1 turnover. Ankeny shooting 12 of 42 from the field.
And that's the difference right there. Poor shooting that Dowling's defense has caused. The Maroons now in the front court, leading 52-36. And we've played 45 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with the ball as Gloviak got the steal and basket.
I think the thing you're looking at is that the Maroons are limiting Ankeny to just one shot most of the times, and so when you're poor shooting and then the Maroons are getting all the rebounds, that's where those rebound disparities or differences start adding up.
All right, the Maroons with the basketball, and Aguirre in the passing lane, deflected away from Lucas Paoli. Dowling out there with Martins, Paoli, Coppola, Jenkins, and Charlie Crane. So the four-guard offense with Charlie Crane at center. Martins in the lane, and he draws the foul. I don't know if Noah was going to pass it or if he was thinking about shooting it. Foul's on Ankeny, and that'll be on Gloviak, and that'll be his first. And team foul number 1 on Ankeny here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with 1 foul. And down it to Crane. Charlie with it, bounces in the lane. Nothing called as he hits the deck. The rebound the other way. Ankeny with the ball in transition. In the corner is Luke Anderson. Now they swinging around. Three-pointer top of the key by Sorensen, no good. And rebound Dowling. Jenkins with the rebound. Outlet pass goes to Paoli. To Crane, layup good. Nice pass from Paoli to Crane. Well done there. Charlie with 17 points.
The transition of the Maroons is they're all, at least 3 guys there attacking down the court and finding Charlie Crane wide open.
Here's the problem right here. Aguirre, he can get hot. His shot in the lane, no good. Rebound Martins of Dowling. Noah with the outlet pass to Coppola. Maddox with it. Goes all the way down, layup good. Maddox Coppola, he went right around Campbell and scored.
Well, smart play by Maddox as he was actually looking for Charlie Crane on the dish, but Ankeny went back and guarded Charlie and left Maddox wide open to the hoop.
Here's Campbell in the lane. His shot no good. Rebound Dowling. Coppola with his first basket of the night, by the way. But he's been guarding Aguirre for the most of the night. 56-36. Dowling lead back to 20. Final 5 minutes and 45 seconds of the fourth quarter. Maroons trying to sweep a doubleheader on the road to close out the girl-boy portion of the year in the doubleheaders. In the lane, here's Paoli, shot no good, tipped out of bounds off of Sorensen. It'll be Dowling basketball on a brand new shot clock here, Jimmy, with 5.5 to go in the fourth.
Well, it's important that the Maroons don't take their foot off the gas here, as they've been playing so darn hard throughout this game that you'd hate to see them slow up to take some time off the clock, but it would make a little bit of sense. A lot of them are gassed. They're giving them so much energy on the court.
All right, here is Dowling with the ball is Coppola, along with Martins, Jenkins, Crane, and Paoli. And now a pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by the Maroons. Rebound Ankeny, Gloviak pushes the envelope, gets it down to Campbell. Corner three, no good. Rebound Dowling and Jenkins. So one and done again. And that rebounding thing, I think you're pretty close. And I don't agree with you too often, you know that. Our listeners know that. But I think you're pretty close. There's a lot of one and dones, Jimmy. Here's Crane underneath, and his shot up, and no good. And he's fouled by Aguirre, and that'll be his first. And free throws coming for Charlie Crane. So I don't think these rebounds are out of whack.
It's just something you start picking up on, is that, you know, as the Maroons are crashing the boards on the defensive end, not really giving Ankeny anything to breathe on their shot selections.
And they've held Aguirre to 10 points. He had 21 in the win at Dowling 10 days ago. First free throw by Crane is good. Charlie, first attempt at the free throw line. He has 18 points tonight. And the second free throw, no good. Dowling was 5 of 8 going into the fourth quarter at the free throw line. Ankeny 4 of 6 through 3 quarters at the free throw line. Here's Jasani Campbell underneath, a little behind the back. His shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, Clark. Lamaria's shot, no good. Rebound, Crane and Dowling. Outlet pass to Martins. And his shot in the lane, too strong. Rebound, Martins. His put back, no good. Rebound, Crane. The ball stolen away by Erlmeyer, and the Ankeny that goes the other way. And a layup up and good by Gloviak. They ran the court very well. And Gloviak off the bench with 10 points. Or rather, got the start tonight, has 10 points, 57-38. Dowling the other way. Corner three, no good by Paoli. And Jenkins saves the rebound. Out to Martins. Over to Coppola for three, right in front of us, good. Coppola with 5 points, all in the fourth quarter. That's his 17th made three of the year, 60-38 Dowling. Maroons equal their largest lead of 22 points. 60-38 with under 4 minutes of play here in the fourth quarter. Maroons are trying to break that Ankeny winning streak of 3 in a row, and now a steal by Aguirre, and he loses the ball before he shoots the basket on the uncontested layup. And we've got a 30-second timeout called by Dowling. We'll keep it here with the score. Dowling 60, Ankeny 38 with 3:44 to go in the fourth quarter, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. Let's get some scoring caught up here, Jimmy, since I didn't do that earlier. For Dowling, the Maroons are led by Charlie Crane's 18 points. He had 12 at halftime. Lucas Paoli with 13 points. 9 points for Nathan Jenkins. Noah Martins with 6 points. And Maddox Coppola with 5 points, all in the fourth quarter. Off the bench, Gio Keelis with 5 points, and Alfred Coley with 4 points in this contest. Jimmy?
Well, you look and see where the Maroons are going to go from this, with 3:44 left to go here in the game. You know, where they're going to go with their lineups. I thought what has been effective for them tonight is be able to play with the two bigs, either Alfred Coley and Charlie Crane, or Charlie Crane and Quincy Moore. I thought that was effective lineup, being able to go with two tall guys in the middle. Maroons are going to go with their starting lineup with Gio Keelis now in for Lucas Paoli, I believe.
Dowling will inbound the ball underneath the Ankeny basket, and the ball deflected out of bounds after that timeout as Jenkins could not handle the pass. Good hustle by Anderson. Ankeny quarterback, QB1, causes the turnover, and it'll be Ankeny basketball with 3:43 to go. Dowling by 22.
Turnover didn't take long to get Lucas Paoli back off the bench.
No, it didn't. And now here's a corner three by Cowart, up and in. Sammy Cowart. Little used and made the three. Came in, it's his 5th made three of the year. Dowling with the ball. 60-41 Dowling. That was a new one. 6-foot junior is Sammy Cowart. 5th made three of the year, averaging 3.5 points for Coach Carlson. Dowling with the ball, trying to wind the shot clock down. They do. Here's Jenkins underneath. Pull-up jumper. Rolls off the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound. Crane puts it back in. He took it away from Lamarius Clark.
Just the presence that Charlie Crane, this is a game that we thought he would have had 2 weeks ago. Charlie Crane, 20 points tonight, but has to have about a double-double in rebounds.
Steal by Dowling. Stolen back by Lamarius Clark. Clark all the way down, leaves it in the corner for three. It's no good by Erlmeyer. Rebound Dowling, and Jenkins uncontested layup good as Dowling beat him down the court. And Jenkins with, 7, 9? He has 11 points.
11.
64-41, Dowling by 23. Their largest lead of the night. Corner three up and no good. In the corner again by Cowart. Rebound Dowling. Maroons are going to slow it down. The final 2:20, and the Maroons are on their way to breaking and snapping a 3-game losing streak to the Ankeny Hawks. Hawks have won 7 of the last 8 meetings. And a wholesale substitution ready to check in. Coppola now playing keep away. 2 minutes remaining. Maroons playing keep away. 4 out, 1 in. The one guy in the middle, that's 6'10" Charlie Crane, who has 20 points tonight. Now Martins for 3 off the top of the key, no good. Crane with the rebound, and he dunks it in. He went right around the defender and dunked it in. Timeout Dowling. Crane with 22 points, and he'll exit the contest, Jimmy.
It's Charlie Crane is just being a monster around the rim, getting picking up offensive rebounds, and that time, worked to fight around the block out as he did, gets the offensive rebound and goes strong to the basket, and that's what Charlie does so well is when he goes strong to the basket instead of away from it, he's almost unstoppable.
All right, wholesale substitutions as Tommy Hurley into the Dowling lineup. Also in there is Sam Ralston, number 23. Ankeny with the basketball. A shot in the baseline, no good by Gloviak. Rebound Dowling as Gio Keelis will be the experienced player out there. He's double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline to Jake Peterson, who checked in. Minute 20 remaining. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Keelis. And a little Euro step in the lane. A shot no good. Rebound Ankeny. Sorensen with the rebound. Down court to Gloviak. And his shot no good. Rebound comes out to Dowling. Pagano with it. Now to Hurley for 3. It's no good. Rebound Ankeny. Cowart with the rebound. Long pass as the Maroons did not transition back. Layup good by Roush. Cale Roush with his first basket of the night. Timeout on the floor.
Substitution timeout.
And it's just substitution. Keelis will check out. And the Maroons will put into the lineup number 22. No, Pagano's in there.
Gavin Jones, senior.
Yeah, and he's dribbling the basketball. So it'll be Jones and Hurley in the backcourt for Dowling. Also in there, Pagano. And a long 3 coming, no good. Rebound Ankeny. Cowart with it. Final 35 seconds, 66-43 Dowling. Boy, I bet that one's going to feel good in the locker room for the Maroons. Splitting the series with Ankeny after being beat at home 63-48 10 days ago. Congratulations to the Maroons. We'll have Coach Einertson on the postgame show. You're going to be limited because you're going to be making your way north, try to beat the Storm. And that's all right. Not even 9 o'clock.
Well,
how about that?
I'm going to give Einertson a nice little pat on the back, but I thought it was the way the team came out and their mentality from the opening tip. Even prior to that, I think they were on a mission as they came into Ankeny playing this game. Wanted to get something back. They lost so unconventionally, 11 days ago, and to get this one off their back has to feel extremely good as parents start coming out here in the next week.
That's right. Final score 66-43. The Dowling boys improve their record to 12-6 on the year, and they split the season series with the Ankeny Hawks. Both teams winning on each other's home court as Ankeny's record falls to 10-9. And alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, we will total up the numbers, come back with our postgame show. Coach Einertson will join us for the postgame show. Again, the final, Dowling 66, Ankeny 43 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. We'll take a 2-minute break. Brady Grimm, our producer, 2-minute break, and we'll be back to the Ankeny gym.
Health powers life. From the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted, at Mercy One, their caring doctors focus on just that, so you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
There is no such thing as a homosexual. I am Father Thomas J. Loya with a Theology of the Body moment for the Tabor Life Institute. The language of our bodies says that our bodies were created for the other gender. In this sense, there is really no such thing as a homosexual. There are only persons worthy of dignity and respect who, through no fault of their own, believe they have a sexual attraction to the same gender. It is not compassionate, sensitive, or honest to size someone up, label them, and dismiss them. This is why the Church, who is truly compassionate, does not label people homosexual. The Church calls same-sex attraction a disordered attraction. This simply means that the attraction did not develop according to the order of creation and to the language of our gendered bodies. But hey, unless you are the Blessed Virgin Mary, every human being, thanks to original sin, is in some way sexually disordered. To find out more about the theology of the body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
And we're back here at the Ankeny Gym. Our thanks to Mike Baker, Tom Day, and all the crew here at Ankeny for getting us set up. This is the presidential suite you're in, Mr. Cataldo. I know you're running the numbers there, but we're courtside here, right on the baseline and sideline, right next to the Dowling bench. Matter of fact, your football players kind of helped you out with some questions you had, so I thought that was pretty fair.
Well, it shows you, your eyesight. My eyesight's getting so bad that it's hard to see down on the far end, but I tell you, I saw a lot of how Dowling played tonight, and they played lights out compared to what we've seen at least last a game or two, and it was a game that they had, as you mentioned, it was a get-right game.
It was.
And they did that. I thought the way they attacked the basket, rebounding the basketball, holding Ankeny to oftentimes just one shot and done. Ankeny's poor shooting tonight led to a lot of Dowling's differences in rebounds. And Dowling just had that look on their eyes that you could tell that, okay, my guys are here to compete tonight. And it's not the look I can say that I saw in those guys 11 days ago against Ankeny at Dowling.
Yeah, good point. Maroons led 34-20 at halftime, and Dowling outscored Ankeny 32-23 in the second half. The Maroons outscored Ankeny 18-13 in the third quarter and 14-10 in the fourth quarter. Dowling 6 out of 10 unofficially at the free throw line tonight. Ankeny 5 of 7, and boy, would have changed the pace. For the Maroons, Dowling was led by Charlie Cranes, 22 points. He was followed by Lucas Paoli in double figures with 13 points. Nathan Jenkins with 11. And then rounding out scoring, Noah Martins with 6 points, had a tremendous floor game, did Noah. 5 points each for Matic Capola. Off the bench, Gio Keelis with 5 points, and 4 points for Alfred Coley. And for Ankeny, they were led in scoring by Dylan Gloviak and Rio Aguirre with 10 points each. 7 points for Jasani Campbell. 5 points for Luke Anderson. 4 points for Drew Sorensen. Off the bench, Cale Roush with 2 points and 3 points for Sammy Court. Lamarius Clark off the bench did not score. The Hawks went 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Jimmy, you got to look at your numbers.
So I had the Maroons shooting 26 of 55 on the night, 8 of 20 from threes, total of 47%. I have the Maroons 47 total rebounds. I got to go back and look at my number, but keeping as good a track as I can, I had 47 rebounds, 10 turnovers. For Ankeny, 16 of 58 tonight, 28%. Shot 6 of 27 from three-point range, 18 total rebounds to just 4 turnovers. So that rebounding margin is incredible when you look at it. But you saw it throughout the game, and it was everybody. Noah Martin's coming in hard to get offensive and defensive rebounds. You saw, of course, Charlie Crane. You saw guys like Alfred Coley coming in getting meaningful rebounds, and just you saw that throughout, attacking the basket, and I think that's part of the game plan to take advantage of their height. And tonight is Charlie Crane we thought we'd see 11 days ago, but he came out and shined tonight with 22.
No question, a lot of different energy, different effort than the 15-point loss Dowling suffered at home about 11 days ago to Ankeny, but tonight it was all Maroons. They led 19-14 at the end of the first quarter and outscored Ankeny 15-6 in the second quarter. The Maroons had a 14-point lead at halftime, 34-20. As I mentioned, outscored Ankeny 32-23 in the second half. And you're just wondering, okay, when's that run? When's Aguirre going to start in? When's Anderson going to hit those corner threes that he's known for? It was not tonight, as the Maroons defense really stepped up the plate, holding Ankeny to just 43 points. The Hawks came in, Jimmy, averaging almost 60 points, or rather, almost 60 points a contest. Maroons hold them to 43 tonight.
Well, if you go back to what Coach Einertson's game plan was in the first matchup, it was to defend the three-point shot. And he knew that Ankeny is a team who can hit three-point shots in bunches. Thought they did a tremendous job defending that three-point shot tonight, holding Ankeny 6 of 27 from three-point range. And, in fact, in the second quarter, they didn't allow a three-point shot to go in for Ankeny as they defended that extremely well, allowed for some open rebounds and some transition points that the Maroons capitalized on.
All right, Ankeny out-rebounded Dowling the first meeting, 27-22. What had you on the
Let's find Strati. What did you have for rebounds?
Oh, you're going to – no. He has to keep rebounding. He's official scorer.
I thought for sure I'd get something that tells me either I'm so right or so wrong.
What do you have on rebounds?
I had Dowling with 47 total rebounds tonight.
And Ankeny for?
18.
Wow. First meeting was Ankeny 27-22. That was official rebounding, so big change there. I don't think you're too far off, Jimmy. There's a lot of missed shots. And you said what Ankeny shot from the field, right?
Ankeny shot, 42 missed shots on the night. And, you're holding them to oftentimes one-and-dones. Dowling got a lot of offensive rebounds tonight, and those just started to add up. And I'm probably closer than I think.
Ankeny shot nearly 50% the first meeting, so – yeah, that is a huge difference here on in the contest. All right, up next for the Maroons, Dowling will not play. Our next broadcast will be a week from tonight at the Roundhouse, Des Moines-Lincoln non-conference game. Be Dowling at Lincoln, boys only. We'll be on there at 7:30, and I'll have a special guest in the booth. I'm not going to mention who it is. You know who it is because you won't be there. Yeah. But maybe you will be. I hope things work out with everything, but maybe you will be. But we have a special guest going to make a reappearance on Iowa.
And I will say, his special guest knows a lot more than I do. So he probably elevates this table a little bit better.
We may bring up flag football and Kurt Warner. We might have to resurrect that story. And now I may be giving it away a little bit.
It's going down a little bit.
Yeah,
but no, special guest.
So we'll be at the Roundhouse. So Dowling boys, next game will be Saturday afternoon at noon, Dowling hosting Norwalk in a boys-only contest at the Dowling Gym. Now, we will not have that game on radio on Saturday. It'll be our only game we're not covering the rest of the year. But nonetheless, we're now joined by Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, following Dowling's win tonight, 66-43 over the Ankeny Hawks. Coach, welcome. Congratulations.
That was fun. That was good. That was a complete game, I thought, other than the random turnovers in the fourth. But pretty nice job by the guys.
I thought it was I got a new phrase or another phrase. Get back game. That was a get back game.
It was a get right game. Let me help you.
Well,
right game.
Sometimes when you lose, it changes who you are, and I thought 10 or 11 days ago it did. We had a really hard practice on Saturday, and then ever since then the guys have just been a different group. So maybe that week off going into that first Ankeny game was bad for us, but sometimes losing can help you.
Well, you held Ankeny. You identified their shooters, and you were all over them tonight. And, of course, that forced them into some poor shooting. Aguirre, 10 points tonight. And Gloviak, who got the start, who came off the bench last night, provided energy for him. He was held to 10 points. As Kevin Oddie has the official numbers. These are real, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy was looking for Coach Oddie for
I wasn't aware
rebounds.
Official numbers existed.
These are it. When anything Coach
Charlie
Oddie
with
does.
22. That's nice. Yeah, defensively, it really came down to defense. We were just flying around, and we do a nice job of creating offense on these big courts with our defense, and we are playing really well on the road, so that extra couple feet really helps us.
Yeah, we some guy here knew some of your football players, and we needed some information because we were blocked out numerous times, not by you standing up so much.
I didn't get to stand as much as normal.
I noticed that. Has something changed about with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter?
Well, that was the easiest technical I've ever gotten, and a lot of that's because certain people remember me from the past, so I can't even say their name. But that's one of them. But yeah, all I said was real professional. Yeah, thanks. I won't rip them on air. But
I know you
there'll
won't.
be emails sent to the state for that.
I'm sure you will. But, yeah, you had to sit down. So the seatbelt rule for our listeners out there.
That's fine. I got a lot of really active coaches that need their voices heard, and I had a chance to listen to them a little bit more. So that was nice.
There is a benefit.
Yep.
Kids played well. I mean, from the get-go, you got out to a great start. What was it, Jimmy? 7-2 at one point, and then just kind of built. And it's like, okay, Ankeny's going to have their run. Anderson's going to start hitting threes in front of us. This is in the first quarter, and all that. And where was Aguirre tonight? Somebody was on him, and they were in his, guarding him at his chest the whole night, it seemed like.
Yeah, they looked tired, to be honest with you, and I think that's just a testament to how our guys worked them on both ends. I thought we kept them running around. Our guys did a really nice job of not wasting any time. The first time we played them, we wasted about 10 seconds every possession getting into something, and that was really important for us to fix, is just being sharper getting into actions, because we know that we can get in people defensively. We got to make sure that they're working on the defensive end and we can tire them out. And also, we're playing more guys now, and we're playing everyone a little bit less minutes, so I feel like that gives us an advantage against teams that play their top three pretty much the entire game.
You look at your team tonight, or you look back at the last couple games, and you guys get off to a little bit of a slow start, trying to get your feet under you to kind of understand the flow of the game. I thought tonight, just the look in your kids' eyes were so different than what I saw 11 days ago.
Yeah.
And you knew right then, okay, these guys are here to compete, and you'd love to be able to bottle that up and show those kids that, if you come in with this mentality, if you come in with this energy, you're a tough team to beat.
Yeah,
and it's just so different tonight. What can do you attribute to it to that loss 11 days ago, or you just think that your kids are starting to figure it out a little bit?
I think that helps. I mean, you never really arrive, right, in this game. You achieve something like we achieved beating Johnston, which was a really big deal, and then you have a kind of a lazy week of practice compared to normal, and then you get beat by Ankeny. I just think it's one of those things that you got to stay sharp, and I think that's one thing that the football staff does a nice job of is, you never really arrive. You're always preparing for the next challenge, and hopefully that's where we're getting to. But we have guys that haven't been there before, and sometimes you need to take a punch in the face to learn a lesson, and I'm just really proud of them for learning it. It's pretty cool to be a part of.
You look at how you guys established Charlie Crane early in this game.
Yeah.
Much different. He got 5 shots off in the first meeting, and tonight he comes up over 20 points. And
that was huge.
Thought you settled him in right away, but you played lineups with 2 bigs throughout that game, be it Charlie and Coley, or Charlie and Quincy, or Quincy and Alfred Coley at times. So you're finding it where you're taking advantage of some of the size you have.
Yeah, what's interesting is we weren't sure we'd be able to guard him with 2 bigs, because we couldn't guard him with 5 guards last game. And that actually worked really well. So everybody did a nice job on, everybody's a perimeter defender against Ankeny, and they were great.
Now, I'm going to be held to this but I had you guys with 47 total rebounds to their 18. Way unofficial.
True. That would be nuts.
But
you got to remember,
I can't wait to see
there's
your
a certain
stats.
head coach that was standing in front of you most of the game, so you might have missed a few. I'm just throwing that out there. When he could stand, right? That's
the rare moments.
The rare moments, though. I think it's pretty close when we see the official stats come up tomorrow. I think it is pretty close. Again, we're visiting with Justin Einerson, Dowling boys basketball coach, following Dowling's win tonight, 66-43 at Ankeny, snapping a 3-game losing streak to the Hawks. And Ankeny had won 7 of the last 8 meetings against us before your time, but they had our number.
Well, we hadn't beaten this team in my 2 years, so it's kind of nice to get that monkey off the back.
Well, you did tonight, and I think Jimmy kind of alluded to it. That first half, establishing Charlie Crane, he was, they took him out of the game last time, so. Well, now you got to. Nothing's going to happen tomorrow, but you get
a lot of shoveling.
Yeah, a lot of shoveling. Thursday, Friday, you get ready for Norwalk on Saturday. No game Friday night, and of course that's Valentine's Day night, and it means we'll. Yeah, thanks for making that reservation.
You guys got dates?
Well, he's got Ruth Chris.
This guy's going
to put me in a reservation with Ruth Chris.
My wife asked me what to look for, and we've had kids just long enough now where I don't even know. Like, I literally don't have any idea.
Isn't it great?
So tweet at me if anybody has any ideas of places that I should be taking my wife. I have no clue.
Well, this knucklehead sat next to my wife last Friday night, and they're talking. I never thought anything of it, and all of a sudden, we're going to Ruth Chris on Valentine's Day.
That's how it works.
That's $150 a plate. I said, it's like going to a Cataldo wedding.
You can't take it with you.
To be fair, most places are about $150 a plate right now.
Well, that tells you how often I get out. There you go. And, well, Coach, you have Norwalk Saturday. We'll catch up with you next Tuesday night. A week from tonight, we'll be at the old Roundhouse.
Yep.
You've been there. You were there 7 years.
Yeah, that's part of the reason we named our son Bowen, actually. Bowen Roundhouse.
Bowen Roundhouse, yeah.
Yeah, really special place to us. Excited to get back, and it's nice to have this day off. But it's when you're playing really well, you're like, oh, we need to get back out there. So Thursday's practice will be really spirited, so we can get ready for the next two.
And then you finish off with Lincoln, and then of course Waukee Northwest at their place to close out the regular season. So, but this is a great start tonight of ending. You got two big wins this year with Johnson and Ankeny teams that have been really tough, and now the kids. I bet it was a different locker room tonight when you were in there.
Yeah, what's kind of funny about this group is they expect this. So, it was jovial but not over the top. So now we just got to keep moving forward.
All right. Well, Coach, best of luck against Norwalk on Saturday afternoon. That's a special game because that's when the Nick Niedert Award is going to be presented. I don't know if you want to leak that out now or talk about that.
We're going to do some social media stuff about the Nick Niedert Award. Okay. But also Mary's Helping Hands, we're going to do a drive. So if anybody comes with I don't know what the age is. I want to say it's one year, first year of life, anything for a baby, first year of life that we could give to parents. We're going to do a drive for that. So I'll make sure to send all that out. I don't know all the details now, but pretty cool deal.
And that'll be on Saturday.
That'll be on Saturday.
So it's a noon varsity game. I think Coach Sarcone
10:30
and Dreckman have the 10:30 sophomore games or freshman game before
10:30.
that. 10:30. Oh, O'Hare and Company. We should mention, did O'Hare win tonight?
We're doing it Wisconsin style. He did, big time.
All right, so Kevin O'Hare's freshman team, 16-2. CV Sarcone and Chad Dreckman, they're now 12-6. They're 11-1 since the beginning of the year.
I was going to say they started. Was it 1-5?
Oh, they were.
Yeah. I mean, just an incredible job by that group. You got a couple players that are becoming really big-time players too. So
and a couple of those guys are helping you. I'll tell you what, Coley played very nice. You could tell he's going to be a nice player in the future. And Sam Ralston got in late, and I can't wait to see those guys. They move their way up through the system, and got to be happy. Any final parting words before we talk to you in a week?
No, thanks for the support. Fun to be a part of.
All right. Thanks for coming out here and visit with us on the post-game show. Safe travels tomorrow. Nobody's
it's
going
already
anywhere.
snowing out there. You better get your stuff packed up.
Yeah. Well, he's the one heading north, so he's the one that's got to go up to Mankato tomorrow. So.
No kidding. Yeah, you better leave now.
Hey,
he's not going to help me pack. I know that.
It's the 2-minute question for the 10-second answer.
You're not helping. You're not helping. Why'd they give you the Posey board? I mean, that's the last. You haven't drawn up a play in 20 years.
It's kind of like me.
There's games we could use it.
All right, Coach Anderson, thank you. Best of luck.
Congratulations.
Justin Anderson joins us here on the post-game show from the Ankeny Gym. And Jimmy Cataldo, before you get in your car and bail on me because you got to head out of town.
No help.
That's your stuff. That's okay. That'll wrap things up. Any closing comments? First of all, Jimmy, in all seriousness, drive careful.
Yeah,
drive safe. I didn't realize
I'll
snow
do
was
it. And
moving
we're gonna rock and roll. And
you're back on the road tonight and tomorrow, but see you in about a week.
Your 3 listeners are blowing you up on social media.
That's good.
It's good.
It must be unlisted. Oh, one of them's O'Hare. That's never good.
Big win out of him tonight. Well, you talk about you talk about the 2 big wins in this Dowling varsity in Johnson, and you forget how big of a win that Valley game was.
Oh, that was way back in November, early December. I forgot all about that.
That's right. Well,
all right, 3. I stand corrected.
But those wins get you a nice seeding. That comes up big, especially a game like this, and those pairings are going to start coming up, and Bruins are probably going to be a 2, but they're going to be a high 2, so they may play somebody deep in that 6, 7, 8 ranking.
That could
be nice.
That could very well be. All right, my friend, we'll see you next Tuesday night at the Roundhouse. Although we're going to have a special guest announcer with me, you may show up with some of your cronies, since – getting you.
How often do we play on the south side of Des Moines? Not very often.
Not very often.
It's the shortest drive that I have. I could probably walk.
But
so it gets excitement.
Getting you and Eddie Morrow up here with Ray Blaze, that was amazing. I never thought I'd see that day, but I did. So I bet you were kind of shocked to see Eddie here. Coach Morrow.
I heard him, and I thought I thought I was clipped. I didn't know that maybe he substituted me tonight because. What's Eddie doing in Ankeny?
I subbed before the opening tip. Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, Jimmy, we'll see you next Tuesday. Drive careful.
You bet.
All right, Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner. That'll wrap things up from the Ankeny Gym tonight. And our thanks to everybody that's involved with our broadcast. Mike Baker, the athletic director here, Tom Day, Lee Nelson, Lisa Meeker, all the folks in the athletic department here at Ankeny, and their coaches, the girls' coaches, Nathan Toby and Brant Carlson, the boys' coach. We appreciate all their help with our broadcast. Our thanks to Dowling Catholic girls and boys basketball coaches, Kristen Meyer and Justin Einertson, Tom Wilson, Colleen Webb, and Jaron Herring, the assistant athletic director, making the trip up here. Our thanks also to our business underwriter supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, our 48th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic sports. Our thanks to our sponsors. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bozen the Florist. Our thanks also to Construction Professionals, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, and Mercy One, along with Skeffington's Formal Wear. For my broadcast partners tonight, Mike Burkert and Jimmy Cataldo, our halftime guests of the boys contest, Ray Blaze, and of course Eddie Marr, and of course our halftime guests of the boys game. That includes Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls coach, and Katie Muller. This is Mark Amadale for our studio producer, Brady Grimm, reminding you the final scores for the final time tonight in the girls contest. The Dowling girls conclude the regular season with a record of 18-3. They've won 5 in a row with a 50-27 win over Ankeny. The Ankeny girls fall to 9-12, and both the 4A and 5A pairings of the girls postseason will come out tomorrow. And we will have the first girls game, which will be on Saturday, February 22nd. Dowling girls will host a girls regional semifinal. We'll be there. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday night, February 18th, as Dowling will be home, or on the road rather, at Des Moines Lincoln. So we'll be on board for that. So join us for that contest on the 18th with the broadcast. For Jimmy Cataldo and Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale. Thanks for listening. Final scores once again. Dowling girls a winner 50-27. The Dowling boys a winner 66-43 over Ankeny. Dowling boys improved their record to 12-6. Ankeny falls to 10-9. For everybody involved, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long. Be careful out there with the winter storm approaching, and have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, Blessman International, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.